welcome back to my YouTube channel. So some of you may already know this, but about a week from today I am officially leaving to go back to Europe. Yay! This time we are going to Italy and Switzerland and Germany and Austria and then back to Italy again. So it's going to be about a 2-week long trip and you will be seeing a return of the vlogs. And if you are here for that, just tune back in probably next Wednesday or Thursday because it'll take me about a day to edit. But if you are interested in finding out what I pack when I go to Europe, stay tuned. Sorry if this is extremely shaky, I am chronically over-caffeinated. But what I like to start with is laying out all of my clothes that I'm planning to pack on my bed so I can see if there's any duplicates, if there's anything that I need more of, and just kind of get a game plan. You'll notice there is definitely a color coordination going on. It's important to think through which pieces you're taking because you want to be able to mix and match as much as possible. We're going to be there for 2 weeks, so I can't pack 14 individual outfits. I'm going to have to rewear items, so I need to make sure that they all go together. So starting out with shoes, I'm taking 2 pairs of shoes. These were the only item that I purchased specifically for this trip. There's some Sorel brand hiking boots with the rubber soles, kind of the duck feet style, so that when we're out in the snow, it'll keep us warm because we are going to do a little bit of hiking. We'll be in the Swiss Alps and we'll also be in Hallstatt, Austria, where it has been snowing for the past 2 weeks. So definitely not Alabama climate. These are more of my city boots, so I'll probably wear these when we're in Rome and Milan and maybe even in Munich, depending on how cold it is, but just not quite as heavy duty and a little bit more flexible with my outfits. As far as dresses go, I've got 2 different dresses, so kind of a swing dress and then another cotton dress and then a skirt that I can mix and match with some different things, obviously with tights because it's going to be really cold. 1 pair of pajamas as well as a t-shirt that I can mix and match if I need another layer. I also chose my pajama bottoms that look the most like sweatpants so that they can kind of double as lounging clothes. I don't really intend to wear sweatpants in Europe, but things happen and I wanted to have a backup just in case. I got 2 pairs of pants, a pair of black jeans and a pair of regular jeans. So those will get a lot of wear. We are hoping to have an opportunity to do laundry, but if not, we all know that we have worn jeans for an entire week before without washing them, and so this is going to be one of those times. Not featured here is all of the tights and socks and things like that I'm planning to layer under it to make it a little bit warmer. As far as shirts go, I have this row of shirts. They kind of range from lightweight t-shirt, layering long sleeve t-shirts, all the way up to my heavy duty sweaters that I'll layer on top of those lighter pieces. Towards the back we've got my coat, which I will do a little feature on in just a second, my puffer vest, again for layering purposes, an assortment of hats and a ear warmer, some different scarves to mix in and add some color and keep my neck warm, and then an umbrella, 1 necklace, and then this is kind of my assorted toiletries and pieces that I feel are really helpful. So obviously got to have my straightener. This has all my makeup, all my toiletries, all my little bits and pieces that I don't want to get lost, and I'm also going to do a little feature on that in just a second. If you're planning to watch the vlogs, get ready to see this coat a lot because it will probably be the top layer of pretty much every outfit. This is actually my good friend Caitlin Garrett's coat, so shout out to Caitlin for saving me a lot of money by not making me buy a Columbia jacket. It is the Columbia Tri-Climate jacket, which means that it has 3 different incarnations. You can either wear just the outer layer, which is the waterproof layer. You can wear just the inner layer, which is kind of a puffer coat, or you can combine the 2 for maximum warmth and weather resistance. So I will be wearing variations of this coat throughout the trip. One thing I learned last time I was overseas is that counter space is just not a thing. They do not have counter space in any of the bathrooms, pretty much anywhere, and we're actually going to be staying in hostels sometimes this time around, so I'm expecting even less counter space. So this bag is kind of an essential for me because it has a hook, so I can hang it just about anywhere, which gives me a lot more versatility about having things at my fingertips as I'm getting ready. So you can see I've got kind of my toiletry stuff, makeup's up here, and then just assorted small things that I don't want to lose in that middle compartment. Like I said earlier, I picked these items because I feel like I can mix and match them a lot of different ways. So I'm going to go through and lay out a lot of different outfits with them now, just a smattering of them, try to do it kind of briefly to give you an idea of the way that I'm going to mix my outfits up. One thing I like to do when I'm planning a trip like this is lay out my outfits and take pictures of them, because when you're getting ready in the morning and you're digging through your suitcase, it's hard to remember which pieces you like to put together with the other ones. So this makes it a little bit easier. I can just flip through those pictures and see, oh right, I was going to put that sweater with that shirt or whatever. So So here are a few of my outfits that I'm planning to wear over the next couple weeks. Okay, so now that you've seen it all, the question is, how are we going to get all of this into this suitcase? You're probably thinking to yourself, there's no possible way she's going to fit all of that into that tiny suitcase. Oh, you've little faith. First of all, you have to remove everything that you're planning to wear on the plane. So I've got my coat out, I've got my boots out, both pairs. I'll explain why in a little bit, as well as the outfit I'm actually planning to wear on the plane. But the biggest key to this is actually packing cubes. As you can see already, everything has been condensed down to a much more manageable size. The first cube here has anything that I don't mind rolling. So a lot of people roll everything. I think that's a mistake. You end up looking really wrinkly if you do that. Instead, I recommend rolling things that you don't mind if they're wrinkly, like your pajamas, or things like your jeans that aren't going to wrinkle very much anyway. Also make sure that you put your pajamas on top, because much like toilet paper in a new house, it is the first thing that you are going to want. So you don't want to be the sad person who got off your transatlantic flight and then has to spend 15 minutes clawing through your bag trying to find your pajamas. The next cube is pretty much everything else clothing related, because I want it to be as flat as possible to help it keep from wrinkling. And then the last one is all of my winter accessories, so scarves, hats, gloves, everything like that I want to keep contained in one place and hopefully squish down a little bit once I zip up the cube. So really all that leaves is my two big winter sweaters, which I can either leave rolled or flatten out depending on where I have space in my bag. So now let's see if we can get all of that into the suitcase. So some of the things you might have seen me packing that I didn't explain what they were. These are little laundry soap sheets, so you can dissolve them in water and it makes just a little sink full of laundry detergent water that you can wash like socks in and things like that. So especially when you're running low on those kind of things on the trip, it makes it a lot quicker and easier, so you don't have to do an entire trip to the laundromat, just have a pair of clean socks for the next morning. This is also a lifesaver. It's called Downy Wrinkle Releaser. It is watered down fabric softener, so don't feel like you have to go out and buy the name brand. Feel free to water down some of your own fabric softener and just put it in a squirt bottle, but it just helps to release any wrinkles that you do have in your clothes. The other thing I have 3 of these. They are adapters so that you can plug in your appliances. So the Europe end comes out and then you can plug any appliance in on this side. Also, do not pay full price for these. If you go to the unclaimed baggage store, they will have buckets of them. I think we paid like $1.50 a piece for these. So I have 3, so I have one for my hair straightener, one for my phone charger, and I guess one for Taylor or Nathan if they need something charged or plugged in while we are abroad. So those are some of my little toys I recommend bringing with you. Just makes the trip a lot easier. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm having to be very strategic about my airplane outfit this time around because we have a 14-hour layover in Frankfurt. So we're planning to land in Frankfurt, go spend the day in the city, and then come back and fly to Rome from there. So it has to be a pretty versatile outfit because the temperature is going to be significantly different from Atlanta to Frankfurt and Frankfurt to Rome. So I'm planning to wear this on the plane, so it's a little bit lighter. Blanket scarf is really nice. It's huge. It's going to be cozy when I'm trying to sleep on the plane. Shoes come off easily for going through security, and if I want to kick them off when we're on the plane, don't worry, I wear socks. And then I need to think about how I'm going to make that warmer once I get to Frankfurt. So in my backpack, which I will carry on the plane with me, I have my heavier duty winter boots, as well as another layering long sleeve t-shirt to add in under that outfit and make it a little bit warmer. I'll also be wearing my coat onto the plane. I might end up stuffing it under the seat. I might end up using it as a blanket. It's just, it takes up a lot of room, so it doesn't make sense to try to stick it in my luggage. Plus, I'm gonna need it for that layover in Frankfurt. This is my other bag that I'll be taking with us. It is the backpack I used for my study abroad. It's just a Herschel & Company backpack. I really like this bag for a couple reasons. One is it's got this drawstring, which means that you can shove a lot down in it and then pull that drawstring tight. So at the moment, the only thing I'm planning to carry in this bag are the pair of winter boots and the extra layering shirt and then like a book. I want to keep it pretty empty for a couple reasons. One, as this bag starts to expand, as we maybe buy souvenirs and things like that, I'm going to need somewhere to put it. And two, I want to be able to pretty much empty it out in case we're going hiking one day and I want to carry something in it or something like that. I want it to be a very flexible piece for me. So that is the bag I'll carry on the plane with me, and it'll be mostly my day bag. One last thing I want to tell you guys about with this planning video was what I used to plan our itineraries. It's called visitacity.com. It has just a wealth of information about different tourist destinations, and the most useful feature to me is that it has different itineraries for different cities, so you can pick the number of days you're going to be there, and it suggests an itinerary. You can move around the different items on the itinerary based on your specific schedule. You can even put in the address of the place that you're staying, so it can route you to the different locations that you're planning to visit, and it just really helped me both when we did our study abroad to plan our trip, as well as this time around to know what are the really big things that I don't want to miss and how can I do them in the most efficient way so that we are not back and forth all over the city, wasting a lot of time in transit. So definitely check out Visit a City. Okay, so that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope it was informative and helpful, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the vlogs. If you did not enjoy this, I promise that every video will not be like this. But I guess the next time I see you guys will be from the airport. In the meantime, if you can be thinking of a good way for me to end these videos, I haven't been able to come up with a good one yet, so I'm just gonna awkwardly roll out a frame. Bye!